Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Grandstand Brief. It's Tom here, and the Imola weekend has officially kicked off. And oh boy, the drama's already cooking hotter than a fresh espresso on pit lane. We've got practice pace, surprise crashes, upgrades everywhere, and some classic Verstappen bluntness to spice it all up. Let's start at the top. Oscar Piastri is your fastest man in the first Imola practice session. He just edged out Lando Norris, and you could practically feel the friendly tension brewing in the McLaren garage. Not a huge gap, but just enough to say, "Hey, I'm here too." The lap looked clean, aggressive in all the right places, and Piastri is showing serious confidence on tracks where precision matters. And Imola, that place punishes hesitation. He's not driving like a sophomore. He's driving like someone aiming for wins, not just points. But the session wasn't without chaos. Ortoleto crashed and brought out a red flag, disrupting a few final runs. He's okay, but it was a weird moment that reminded us how quickly this track can bite. The live timing board was lighting up, and suddenly, boom, red flag, session done. What stood out most, though? Max Verstappen looked not happy. The car felt stiff, and the Red Bull setup seemed off. In fact, his quote right after practice was kind of classic Max. Not furious, just over it. You could hear the frustration even without the team radio subtitles. Which brings me to this. Are these frustrations the beginning of a shake-up in the pecking order? Maybe. Because McLaren isn't just looking good anymore, they're looking consistent. The kind of consistent that could start taking poles and podiums on pace alone. And yeah, it helps that Imola is a weekend full of upgrades. We've got package tweaks coming from just about everyone. Side pods, wings, floor changes. It's like Oprah-level aero gifts out here. You get a new diffuser. You get a new beam wing. But will they matter? Honestly, some of these upgrades will be game changers, but not always in the way teams hope. I've seen it before. A new part is meant to fix one issue and ends up opening a new rabbit hole of problems. But McLaren and Ferrari are both entering the weekend with well-tested setups, which might give them a jump on Red Bull's slightly twitchy balance. Now let's zoom out a bit. There's been a lot of talk this week about the cost cap and whether it's actually working. And here's the thing. I kind of think it is. When you look at how tight the grid's gotten, especially in qualifying, there's less runaway domination and more midfield teams showing up in Q3. Back in the day, a team like McLaren would have needed 3 years to catch up to Red Bull. Now, it's taken them half a season with smart development and tighter resource control. The cost cap isn't perfect. We know teams are still pushing the limits, finding gray zones, working those interpretation loopholes. But as a fan, the racing's gotten closer, and I'll take that any day. Now, I can't wrap this episode without touching on the Horner rumors that started swirling again this morning. Someone tossed out the idea that Christian Horner might be exiting Red Bull again. Max's response? Classic Max. He said, "No idea where they come from. No sugarcoating, no PR fluff, just straight-up dismissal." It's very on-brand, but also shows how over this entire saga the team probably is. At this point, the only thing that would make Horner rumors more entertaining is if he addressed them with a meme during the press conference. Otherwise, I think we're all exhausted. So yeah, big first day at Imola. Piastri leads, Red Bull looks shaky, and the upgrade roulette has officially begun. If today was the start of the weekend, I can't wait to see what qualifying brings. Let me know what you think. Are McLaren and Ferrari actually in the title fight now? Do you think the cost cap is helping or holding teams back? Hit me up in the replies or DMs. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again tomorrow at the next checkered flag. Catch you then.